What is going on, guys? Your friendly neighborhood Undead King here, back with another video. This one's a little bit different. Somebody suggested in the video when I was asking what you guys wanted to see about album reviews. So before I thought to go and ask them, hey, what albums do you want to see reviewed? I made a list, obviously, because I'm fucking, high speed like that. And I went through the new metal releases on Spotify, and I found all kinds of really neat shit that I wanted to listen to. One of those neat shits was Reluctant Hero by Killer Be Killed. So, I want to preface this by, while I'm listening to this, I don't know anything about the band, alright? So, literally nothing about the band. I'm listening to it and I'm like, man, this really has like an old school, like Sepultura feel to it. Even like a modern Cavalera conspiracy, like something Cavalera, influenced there. And then once I looked it up, I found out that that's because Max Cavalera plays guitars and does vocals in the band. So, with that being said, honestly, it was an absolutely amazing album. Let's pull up a little bit of information here about the band. So this is according to the official Spotify page of Killer Be Killed. Killer Be Killed is Max Cavalera, Soulfly, Sepultura, Cavalera, Conspiracy, and Nailbomb. Greg Puciato, I probably just butchered that. Dillinger, Escape Plan, and Black Queen. Troy Sanders, Mastodon, Gone is Gone. And then Ben Kohler from Converge, Mutoid Man, and All Pigs Must Die. So, basically, it's a supergroup of really established, really successful musicians. This is the whirlwind of heavy, fast, melodic, thrashing, and often meditative bombast with sparks of hardcore punk summoned by Killer Be Killed as the formidable and inevitable result of the sum of its parts whose combined discography warped and shaped the culture. Three men possess some of the most recognizable voices in heavy music, split frontman duty, boundary pushers and innovators, born and bred in different cities and tempered by their respective projects. Each one is an equal participant in the fresh ceremony of inspired ritual, together with one of the most beloved drummers in the genre. So basically, what they just explained there is that these guys came together and made this son of a bitch, knock my notebook off. Made this kick-ass band, and they split frontman duties. So you've got these three guys from absolutely just fucking epic bands. And I don't know the others too well. I've heard them before, but I'm not too huge into them. But Dillinger, Escape Plan, and Soulfly, Sepultura, Cavalera, Conspiracy, all that shit. Max Cavalera is a fucking god, and anything he touches turns to amazing. Okay, so that just right off the bat. So let's get into the actual music. Okay, so overall, what I was getting from most of the songs, man, there was just a really good blend of just those old sounds and those new sounds. It sounded like old Sepultura, but it also sounded kind of like Cavalera Conspiracy. It also sounded like Mastodon. It also sounded like none of those altogether. It sounded like all of those together to make a new sound. It was such a unique sound of the whole record that it was really awesome. It was shreddy, but it wasn't so shreddy that you're like, okay, can we do something other than solos here? It was a really solid all around album. I mean, it was really well made. The instrumentals were great. The rhythm was great. Like I said, the solos were great. The riffs were great. Pretty much everything about the instrumentals, I can't say much more about that. The drums were kick-ass. I can't say much more than I go into say much more. The drums were kick-ass. They were complex, but they were not so complex that it leaves you like confused. You know what I'm saying? Some bands, the drums are so technical. You're like, okay, I didn't understand any of that. None of that made sense to the beat, to the rhythm, And so I liked that they kept it simple enough that it was understandable, and it was very fluid, and it was very fitting for each song, but it was still technical enough that you were like, oh yeah, this is some good shit, So, also, as far as vocals go, man, they did such a good blend, and I guess that's thanks to having 3 vocalists sharing frontman duties. There was such a good blend of clean vocals, of Max's signature, just like short, just fucking like scream growls. And then also, your more typical like yelling, scream kind of, kind of vocals. It was a very even mix, a very solid mix all the way around. That brings me actually to the actual mix of the record. It was mixed fucking perfectly. Everything sounded individual. Everything sounded like it was in the front, but nothing stepped on each other's toes. This is something that I praise all the time about a lot of 80s bands, is they were able to accomplish this so, I'm not going to say easily, but so consistently. You've guys like Guns N' Roses, where Slash's guitar is right out front. Duff's bass is right out front. Alright? Steven's drums, right out front. Izzy's guitar, right out front. Axl's vocals, right out front. Everything's on the front line, so you can hear it, and it's defined, and it's thick, and it's perfect, but nothing steps on the other instrument's toes. And that's a big issue I find that a lot of guys have nowadays when they're mixing, is that they end up saying, okay, well, I like drums, so drums are going to be better here. And that's all well and good in certain situations, but to have an entire record of the drums just drowning out everything else, or every time the guitar, the lead comes in, you can't hear shit else, or the vocals just deafen everything, or even worse, the vocals sit behind everything else in the mix. There's something about that old style of mixing that I think these guys have down pat, because they've all been in the industry for so long. You got, like I said, like Max and Troy, they've been around for a really long time, successfully in the music industry, between Sepultura, Soulfly, and Mastodon. They've been around for a while, so I think they kind of brought in those mixing techniques to make the album just mixed fucking perfectly. Another thing I found was that, honestly, they had a really good way of building tension. No song just came out and just blew its fucking load right off the bat, Every single song just kind of built up. And the record steadily built up all the way to this big culmination. And I think that that's something that a lot of guys have issues with now, is that they wanna, oh, I'm a good guitarist, so let me show that off right away. And so they open up with the shreddy fucking solo, or this insane fucking drum solo, and you just blow your load in the first 5 fucking seconds, and you got nothing for the next 3 or 4 minutes, And you gotta steadily build that tension, and this album really accomplished that well. Also, something that I find is very, very important to a record that I'm not sure enough people realize. Like, your music can be amazing, can be top notch, it can be the best in your respective genre. If your fucking song titles suck, if your record title sucks, if your album artwork looks like garbage, nobody's gonna give a fuck what your music sounds like. And that's just a simple fact of it. Nobody cares what your music sounds like, because everybody judges right off the forefront. They're gonna look at the record, and if it could be the most brutal fucking record ever, but if it's like fucking named, Unicorn Rainbow, nobody's gonna listen to that shit. Alright, so Reluctant Hero. That sounds fucking good. You got a track listing: Deconstructing Self-Destruction, Dreams Gone Bad, Left of Center, Inner Calm from Outer Storms, Filthy Vagabond, From a Crowded Womb, The Great Purge, Comfort from Nothing, Animus, Dead Limbs, and Reluctant Hero. Those are some bad motherfucking names. Those are some insane metal names. And so those names really attribute to the record, and the record being named Reluctant Hero, that helps out there too. The album artwork is fucking killer, man. Like, I'm gonna post this. It's gonna be in the video, but man, this album artwork is just insane. The whole thing all comes together to make one big beautiful package. That's the big thing, is that the record's gotta be, from album artwork to song titles to first song to last song, everything it's got to tell a story, man. It's got to move across. That was another thing I really loved about this record is that every song just blended right into the next one. You know, one song would end and the next one would begin, and you're like, oh shit, that was smooth. You know, it almost sounds like one big song. I really enjoyed that. I really enjoy when bands are able to do that, man. And let me see, where am I at right here? Yeah. So, let's see. Yeah. So also, oh, sorry about that. Super fucking thrashy at a lot of points, which I dig. I fucking love thrash. But also still very melodic, very, very modern in a lot of the songs. You know, like I said, they fucking blend together really well. And you know, I think a really big thing too is the versatility of the techniques that were used. You don't just hear, you know, one particular guitar technique or one particular drum technique or one particular vocal technique. There's such a diversity across the whole record of different techniques all around blending together to make one, you know, very unique sound. And that makes the record unique. It makes it memorable to me. All right, it makes it really. I'm gonna remember this record even after I do this. You know, I really like too the transitions inside of the songs. You know, where you might be building up nice and soft, and then just come straight back into you know, just get real heavy again. You know, also the song lengths. That's another big thing for me on records is that. Look, if every song is a minute and a half long, I'm not interested. I'm sorry. Like, I love Municipal Waste, but Municipal Waste records are like, you know, 25 minutes total, and they got like 15 songs on there. You know, the songs are too short, and that's an issue for me. But just the same, I don't want to sit there and listen to a song for fucking 9 minutes. Very rarely is a song that goes over like 6 minutes even. What the fuck? Alright, so, you know, having decent song lengths, 2.5 to 4.5 minutes is perfect, and they accomplished that really well to keep the entire album. Let me see, was it at 47 minutes? Yeah, 47 minutes total for 11 songs. I mean, that's a decent length album. It's not too long, it's not too short, it's just right. So, oh yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap all this up. Now that honestly, this record would fucking kick ass. I loved it. I really enjoyed it. I'm gonna say my top tracks, my top 4 tracks off of this record were track 1, which was Deconstructing Self-Destruction. Fucking D words, man. Alliteration kills me. Track 3. Left of Center. Track 4, In Their Calm from Outer Storms. And track 10, Dead Limbs. All of those songs were fucking kick-ass. They had just amazing lyrics, amazing tensions and solos, and just, those are the songs that really grasped me. I know it seems like I'm probably talking out of my fucking ass as I'm reading off the paper, but my memory is so shit, I will not remember what I'm trying to say unless I write it down. Yeah, those are my favorite. That's my top 4 songs off of this record. And my favorite lyric off the record was from track 1, Deconstructing Self-Destruction. And that was, find a way, you'll never get a second chance. Fuck them all, and only follow your own plans. To get to your own end, live on as if you might never die. So, I love that. That's basically a philosophy that I live by. Fuck everybody else. I'm going to do what I got to do to make sure that I get through. And sometimes you got to take that stance in life. But that's my favorite lyrics from the record. It's my 4 favorite tracks. It's my wrap up of Reluctant Hero by Killer Be Killed. My final rating for the record, 5 out of 5, because it was fucking amazing. I honestly, have zero complaints about this record. It was amazing. This is the first record I've heard by Kill or Be Killed. I didn't listen to their self-titled debut. I'm going to go back and listen to it now. But honestly, I'm extremely impressed. And like I said, it doesn't surprise me because once I figured out that Max Cavalera was in it, that's why I realized why it was as amazing as it is. Because everything Max Cavalera touches turns to fucking amazing. Okay? The dude is just a musical genius. So, with all that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. I apologize for your eardrums bursting from that clap. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you want to see more stuff like this, if you want to see more album reviews. I've got a whole list of records. Let me get back to my... I've literally got all of this as records that I want to review. So, if you guys want to see that, let me know. I'm going to be working on them. I'm listening to all these records as we go on. I've also got a couple of individual songs that I'm going to be reviewing that were released by different artists. Like Steel Panther released a new song. So I'm going to review some stuff like that as well. I hope you guys really enjoyed this content. Like I said, again, if you enjoyed it, drop a like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. It really does mean the world to me. I fucking love you fuckers. Please stay brutal, okay? Fucking love you guys.